You might remember back in February, after the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl, we had to get a crow for Kenny Brock to eat because Brock promised on the Permission Granted podcast, if Nick Foles of the Eagles won a Super Bowl, he would eat crow, literally. So I had to find a guy that sold crow. I went back to my hometown and a kid that I actually grew up with who was a big hunter. And I said, dude, I need a crow. Can you get me one? He goes, look, I can't get you a crow. He goes, but I might know somebody that could. And I think this was this dude's uncle that lived way, way upstate, like way in the sticks, like not near anything. And so I called him and got the crow. And I said, look, we need this for a radio show. Would you be okay coming on if this ended up working out? And he said he would come on, but the day that Torg Bellinger came on the airwaves, we were all floored.
Well, it's crow season. Actually, now through the end of March, which we call around here, we call it March Madness, crow season, right. Which is that happens when you don't cook the crow properly, and you eat it. It starts to have an effect on your brain. On the frontal lobe. And so around here, sort of madness sets in with the undercooked crow, and so we call it March Madness.
Okay.
But lots of folks come up here to get crow this time of year in March Madness.
Okay, so people do eat the crow. That's good to know. So how would you suggest I cook this? I'm thinking about a crock pot. Have you ever actually eaten the crow?
What kind of pot?
A crock pot.
No, I don't believe I know. I don't believe I know what kind of pot that is. I would smoke it because of course, most people like to boil the crow, but That's how you get the March Madness. Oftentimes, is the crows are underboiled. That's what happened to my brother Bill, which makes me sad. But Delbert had nothing to do with it. But I recommend smoking it with cherry wood, with a nice spice rub. Of course, you could just go to your neighbor's place, and as they're burning up some growth, from the winter, then just put it on top of that. That's not a problem at all. If one neighbor's not burning the day you need to cook your crow, just ask your next neighbor when they're going to be burning and clearing, and then that's the best way to find a good place to smoke crow. But obviously, if one neighbor's not burning, then the next day your other neighbor's liable to be burning.
I forgot about the hunt for a burning compost pile that you could die of starvation during while you're waiting for a neighbor to set something on fire to smoke your crow on.
My God.
Oh, poor Bill.
And that's what happened to my brother Billy. It wasn't Dilbert.
Which makes me sad.
I'm not familiar with that kind of pot.
That makes me sad. Here's what happened to my brother Billy, which makes me sad, but it wasn't Dilbert.
Now back to the crow.
Yeah,
Cherrywood.
Now back to smoking crow. And underboiled crow. And then he kept saying he needs some lemon zest. He just kept saying, lemon zest.
What kind of pot?
A crock pot.
And he keeps switching between March Madness, meaning a disease, and the excitement of crow season. There's two ways those terms work wherever Torg lives.
Oh, man. Torg Bellinger. Oh, God, is that good.